Hello, welcome back to Trekking Exploration. I'm Ant, and today I'm on the edge of Alfreton, and I'm back looking for some railway history, some artifacts and remains of days gone by. I've just recently put a video out central to Westhouse's shed by Blackwell, and I believe there are a few extra little bits of nuggets that I want to go and try and find. But to begin with, I want to start off where I left off in the previous video, where we found those little bits of rail going through the footpath that I'm on right now. So Alfreton station is just the other side over there, and I'm heading down towards the junctions of where Blackwell and Westhouse's shed was down there. So I'm gonna carry on down here, and when I get to the rails, I'm going to talk to you a bit about that. As always on these railway walks, we'll take a look at maps, and we'll begin with railmaponline.com. So Alfreton is just down here, Alfreton station, and Westhouse's sheds and sidings was this group of yellow lines going horizontally just here. On the right hand side you've got the blue line of the Great Central Railway, and we're going to head up at new Hucknall Colliery Sidings to have a bit of a rummage around just there. So if I zoom in and take you to have a look at this older map, you can see Westhouse's up here, you can see Blackwell South Junction just down there, and Alfreton would be down to the bottom. And the area we're looking at is just here for this explosives branch line coming off the Erewash Valley line, and where the explosive site actually is. So over to Google Maps and zooming right in, you can see this diagonal line going from centre to the top right hand side to where the current buildings are. There's like a scar of land where there's trees and bushes. That is the course of our branch line, and it's extraordinary to think that that track bed could potentially still be there. So we're going to take a little bit of a look at that. And if I jump to this map sent to me by Zoe, because I found it very hard to find any maps at all with this on, but she sent me this one over, so I've included it. You can see the branch doing the same trajectory coming off the main line, heading off to where it says works, and it appears there was a lot more buildings back then as well. So there's our internal railway and short explosives branch line. Right, so I think this is a telltale sign. I didn't quite spot this last time, but I think this may have been to do with crossing gates for where the track is, because it is just here. Look, there's one rail right there, and that's a second one just there, look, and that is coming off the Erewash Valley line that you can see through there. Now this does not appear on Rail Map Online, and it doesn't appear on maps that I've been looking at on Scottish maps, but this did shoot across over there. There's the other pole, look, the same as the one what we'd just seen back down there. It's an explosive site, dynamite production. There's a great big factory over there producing all manner of explosives, and that would make sense why it's not on all the maps, day-to-day maps that you can actually see, because of all the health and safety. And it would have been quite dangerous to pretty much broadcast what was actually going on. It comes up as a farm, but it isn't a farm. There may be a farm over there still, but it is ECP UK that currently resides on that land. So whether there's actually any more track going onto that land, I'm unsure. But if we poke through here, just go beyond that fence post for the sign, there's running water down there, so I want to be careful. There's a gate, look, it's an access gate just there, look, where the track work would have gone in. Whether the rails are still there, it's absolutely unbeknown to me, but that doesn't look very safe to actually get across. I think I'm going to get very wet if I try. So looking directly in the centre of shot, you can see that track bed curving off to the right, following the course of that road or track on the right hand side, and it did in fact carry on into that area where the buildings are. Here's a photo by Lawrence Humphreys. This is Toton Yard, and you can see the two Class 20 locomotives with the box wagons going through the centre of the shot, and that is a gunpowder or high explosives train heading off towards the Alfreton explosive site. And here we've got a photograph by the same photographer of the working heading around the curve down to Westhouses or Blackwell South Junction. What happened here is it headed up towards Alfreton station and then propelled in reverse those vans of high explosive wagons into the site of the track bed we've just been looking at. And again, where the rails are, look, if we go over the fence, there is in fact, I can zoom in just a touch, a line just there, look. So, and that's disused, that's very, very rusty, I can see that, that is not used. So whether there is point work attached to that or not, just to be on that tree. So back down at the very first crossing post, and you'll see on the other side there's also a gate, so this would have been gated off, allowing access to and from along this footpath to Alfreton and down towards Blackwell, cutting off the very dangerous site which is over there producing the explosives, and of course the main active line just there. So after looking at that drone footage, following the route in there, I was extremely surprised to see the track work was still down. That was fantastic. That is discovering a railway abandoned and disused, which isn't probably common knowledge to a lot of people unless you live locally or you've probably worked on that site. To say it's not on any maps from what I've seen. There probably are some maps somewhere that I haven't seen, but I've been through quite a few, and that spur off the Erewash Valley line, crossing just here where those rails are just there and into the explosives compound, that is something else. Can't go and visit that track work because, as you can imagine, it is private land, very, very dangerous, and we don't do stuff like that, do we? So you have to assume that this is some sort of evacuation gate, maybe onto the land. There's a path going up there, look, and you can just make out the tips of the buildings, and that railway branch line into the siding is just up on that hill. That's only a little find, but I find that really exciting. It's always best when you find those things that are hidden away and not common knowledge, and that's the stuff I love, and that's the stuff I love reading in comments to hopefully go and find on another occasion. So keep coming with them all. Okay, we're leaving all that behind. That's quite a substantial piece of land up there, and we're heading towards Westhouses. So we've got the Erewash Valley line up there, look. We've come from down there. This Alfreton Brook is somewhere down here. I believe that passes below us somewhere. There it is. Comes out that side. But we're going to take a right before the railway and head up there. This is quite nice, isn't it? Next to where the junctions of Westhouses were. It's quite long. Erewash Valley line. Furthest away would be the two fast lines. Closest to us would be the slow lines, with Westhouses just behind us there. So I'm leaving behind what was Westhouses' shed, and I'm going to try and find something else, but I've got a fair bit of walking to do. I've got to get myself beyond the M1, past where winning A and B collieries were, and end up pretty much near Sutton in Ashfield again, to take a look at some little bits that involved new Hucknall Colliery Sidings and the Great Central Railway. Over there on the hill, it's like there's lots of little bunkers. That is the explosive site, right all over there. So up there we've got Berristow Lane, and the river is just down there. Was here before. Remember, there's a branch going off to another works up there, and that is the route back towards New Hucknall Colliery. Now alongside here, at some point, there was in fact a spur off for the Great Central Railway heading off to New Hucknall Colliery Sidings. Hoping to find any traces of that, and if not, New Hucknall Colliery Sidings and where it went under the A38, about a quarter of a mile over there. And I've come off the Blackwell line just over there, up a footpath, and onto this track that I believe was this Great Central line. Some very, very old sleepers, look. Very old. Oh, look at the shape of those. You don't very often see them where it tapers in the central part. Anybody knows why? That's a different, more typical shape, that one, but that's the same as that one. Look, down back, I think it says on that one. In fact, I think they're scattered everywhere. Let's have a look up here. Oh, remains of sleepers everywhere. It's a concrete sleeper graveyard. Loads and loads of them. Look. Crikey, they must have all been dragged up from the former colliery sidings just over there. See, that's to do with something, isn't it? It's got like a metal eye on it there. Another concrete sleeper. In fact, there's one just there. Everywhere. It's like a dumping ground for. It's like they've scooped up new colliery sidings over there, where you can see the tree line in the distance, and dumped it all in this wasteland here. So another look at maps so you can see where I am now. So you've got Blackwell B winning colliery. It's all that complex on the left hand side, closing in the 1960s, and the Blackwell branch you can see curving up to the centre of the map, where it hits the Great Central Railway, which is coming down from top centre down to the bottom right. And at the bottom right is new Hucknall Colliery Sidings. The area I'm looking at is this great big expanse of land just here. There's lots of fields, and the connection between the Blackwell branch and the Great Central line is not actually even showing on this map yet. If we jump forward to Rail Map Online, now you can see the Great Central line joining. It's that blue line going from left to right, joining up from the yellow lines of the Blackwell branch down to new Hucknall Colliery Sidings on the right hand side. And again you can see that great expanse of land where all these sleepers and ballast and all manner of stuff has just been scooped up. Now I must point out again, this is not new Hucknall Colliery Sidings that I'm walking around. Just because all of these remains are here, they appear to have all been scooped over from the colliery sidings or the actual Blackwell B winning colliery. We take a look at this, you'll see where the Great Central line goes further south as it leaves new Hucknall Colliery Sidings and heads off towards Annesley and on towards Nottingham. But again, there's that land looking at it from above. Look, this wasn't the sidings. The colliery was further away in the distance, much further down where the solar panels are, and this is just a wasteland that was once fields. There's an old coping stone there of some sort, look. Where on earth has that come from? Right next to that, just there, look, there's an actual old piece of rail. Just there, look, and a disintegrated sleeper, which has probably been dropped and just crumbled. So that's a little find there, look, continues just here. So there's a nice little length there, isn't there? I bet you could walk around here all day. Who knows what's in here? What I'm hoping to do amongst all this while I'm walking around here, like there's another wooden sleeper there, look. There's all sorts. I'm hoping to find the Great Central Railway, which crossed over the Blackwell line over there. Hoping to find any remains of that former track bed, which was higher than the sorry, I seem distracted because I'm forever looking around. I can just see little things popping out at me all around. There's sleepers and concrete sections amongst all this rubble. More sleepers directly in front of us, look. It's a railway wasteland. So right next to me now I have got the Great Central Railway just there, more sleepers just here, all manner of demolished brick waste just abandoned just there. You see down there, that's the way we come up, that's the Great Central Spur which joins both the Blackwell line onto the Great Central, and the track bed is just there. Look, there you can see there's lots of mer trucks, lorries over there. That's where new Hucknall Colliery Sidings was, all over there. I mean, the amount of wagons stored on there and cars and vehicles was probably enough to rival the amount of coal wagons on site over there back at its peak. Beyond that is the A38, which I'm hoping to get to at some point in this video, because there's a little bit of track bed still to be seen. It's an old bit of coping stone there, look like you find on the edge of a platform. That's amongst all this rubbish just here. What has been dumped here? Some sort of station remains maybe. This is very, very strange. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what that is, isn't it? So what is this? What is the piles of this? Is it some former railway station perhaps that was demolished? Crikey, that'd be quite a thing, wouldn't it? There's the other track bed, look, that spur which joins both lines on. Numerous sleepers just discarded and dumped. It's like it's all been scooped out of the colliery sidings and just dumped in here to rot away. Just bricks and rubble scattered everywhere, like it's just been scooped down and just left. Absolutely peculiar. Let's have a look up here. This is the track bed embankment up here for the Great Central. Not going to show much of what's going on around for security purposes, but yeah, that's where the route went to new Hucknall Colliery Sidings. It says Wayne Heather Ashby de la Zouche. Well, this is unbelievable. Look at this. This track work's still in there, in the side of here. Surely not. Look, all the way along, wooden sleepers. It's just buried, look. How, oh wow, look at that, this rail there, look. We've still got rail down for new Hucknall Colliery Sidings. That is unbelievable. Look. That's extraordinary. It carries on, look. Wow. That is brilliant. That is going in the direction of our Great Central Railway. That's unbelievable. I did not expect that. Tell you what, you go out there and seek and just go to where you don't expect to find stuff, and occasionally you do, and that is quite a find, isn't it? It does make you wonder how much is buried under there, and if it goes as far as the embankment does up to the Blackwell line. Leaving that behind now, I'm going to see if we can get towards the Black Belt line where this in fact crossed. Wow, I'm really pleased I wasn't going to come on here, but I'm so glad I did. Look, there's more of that stonework there, look, that like grippy coping stone. Maybe it's something to do with new colliery sidings, Hucknall new colliery sidings, of the actual staff buildings that may have been on site. There's the tree line of the Great Central, so I'm going to follow that a little bit. Now, although it'd be easy to imagine that there is the embankment for the Great Central Railway heading off that way, I'm inclined to believe that I'm actually on it here. This is it. This is at the same level as those sleepers coming out of that embankment, just down there. And also, you've got that other spurred curve embankment just there, which is going to be at the same level just there. So around about, yeah, this has got to be the same one. Still going to keep trying to push on towards the Blackwell branch and see if we can uncover anything else. trackbed continuing on, and along here, roughly around about here, I think we've got ballast on the ground. Potentially, look, just here. And heading off this way to the Blackwell railway line trackbed, but then the embankment will just stop as it's all been gone. The bridge is gone, the embankment the other side, the other railway line is gone. Quite a substantial drop down there. Crikey, that is a long way down. I have to imagine there might be a culvert or something down there. There's another sleeper, look, because I can hear a flow of water which must be going underneath this trackbed. Maybe something to come back to. I'll look at maps at another time. But yeah, we are, look, we're carrying on along our trackbed. The embankment drops down as it's curving around. Oh well, would you look at this? So we've got a piece, it's a short section of railway track, look, from the original Great Central line. Now it is cut off just there, look. Now those clips don't look old, do they? So was this perhaps used as some kind of head shunt maybe? See, that's looking back towards new Hucknall Colliery Sidings down there. But it is buried, look. And there's a big pile of ballast just there. But it does stop there, and I can't see any more further up. So many times I come to these places and it's just a random section of track work remaining. So it's right there, look, there's nothing up there. I've been and checked, and then it's buried with this undergrowth just here. And you have to wonder where this grass is. Is it still actually right below? Because that's just a buried mound just there. And that's pretty much where it would have gone. I expected it to come to a sudden abrupt end around here somewhere, because it isn't present on the other side of the other railway line. And this looks like it. I've expected to see, well, I don't know what I expected to see. The Blackwell trail should be, yeah, there's the river just down there, you can see it glistening, and the other track bed is just on the other side of that. But that's it, no more Great Central Railway, just stops. I'm not entirely sure if this is a path or not. Apparently it's an electric fence, but I'm not really anywhere near that. I mean, it looks well trodden down, doesn't it? So yeah, this would have been the cutting, and that was all new Hucknall Colliery Sidings. But just up there is the A38, which is where I'm aiming for, so quite pleased with that. It's like that's where they bring crash damaged buses. It looks like it's been on fire, to be honest, doesn't it? It's a bit messy, that does, doesn't it? There we go, this is what I've been waiting for. The last thing to find today, without falling over. The bridge that carries the A38 over. Back to new Hucknall Colliery Sidings over there. Look at this. It's quite a structure, that, isn't it? I'm going to try and find a way down without landing on my backside. Let's try over here. Look at that. It smells a bit like oil. I mean, you've got to assume this is more reclaimed land that's come over from the colliery sidings that have been scooped over. I'm trying to get you down here. There we go. You see, this was the original width just here, look, and then the other side has been built at a later date, this concrete section. Quite a clear example of the two there, look. The central reservation there of the road. Wow, it's quite a vast structure, this, isn't it? To think that this bridge was probably built and then the railway closed shortly after. It's quite something. Never been here before. The trackbed does continue on a little way down there. Not sure, I might actually just wander down after looking at this bridge, but Yeah, there it is. Very nice. Something through there directly in the centre of shot, look. And then there's a fence post or something directly in shot again. Looking back towards the A38 again. I didn't really stay up there too long because there were people up there hidden away, so I thought no, I'm not going to hang around there. I got what I needed to really, and then I'm just hopefully going to get myself out of here following the track bed. So I've left the Great Central line now, the other side of there. Some units put up there, but if I look at maps today, they're not there. It's just a flat barren building site, and there's a spur, I believe, of another railway line that went to a former colliery, I believe, where the East Midlands designer outlet is just over there. A quick jump up look, and this is that track bed. We've got a bracket on there, not some sort of gate post, possibly where it goes onto the colliery land off the railway. There's another one there. Look at that. So that's heading back towards the Great Central line, and the designer outlet is pretty much just in front of me over there. Do hope you've enjoyed this video, that extraordinary section of land where that branch came off at Alfreton for the explosive factory, and then all this that remains around New Hucknall Colliery Sidings. Very, very surprising indeed. Any more suggestions? Comment down below. This has been Trekking Exploration. I'm Ant. I'll see you in the very next one. Bye bye for now.